yesterday on FU that the Yankees were going to get swept by the Red Sox on Sunday Night Baseball because Sonny Gray was pitching. Sure enough, Sonny Gray had a no-hitter into the eighth inning. It was 2-0 Boston, and I said that they'd blow it after he gave up the hit and they went to the bullpen. Sure enough, the Yankees tied it up 2-all. Rice hit a shot to right, and the Red Sox threw the ball all over the field. It ended up between third and home against the wall. It was awful. Next thing you know, it's 2-2, and then they go to extras, and the Yankees take a 4-2 lead. But then the Red Sox win it 5-4 on a Duran shot to right that plated the winning run. So they took all 4 games. I remember on Thursday when David Cohn said they can turn their season around with this series. They need to do it right here and right now in Boston this weekend. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? They have the worst record in the American League. They're not going anywhere. I said that on FU several times. I still don't believe they're a playoff team. I said they are who they are. They are who their record is. And now they're 10 games under 500. They took all 4 games. It was an absolute bloodletting weekend for the Yankees. And I was betting on the Yankees at least twice. And I was like, I said yesterday, I'm fucking done with them. I can't bet on them anymore. They obviously can't beat the fucking Red Sox. It's embarrassing as shit. So what did I do on Sunday? I bet on Boston. And thank God they won, because we ended up having a winning day. So did the Prophet. We ended up 4-3 overall. It wasn't fantastic or anything. I went 3-2. I went 2-0 with elites. So I'll take that every day when you're betting, right? You come out ahead, I'm good to go. By the way, and I'll talk about it later, I have action going on that Travelers Golf Playoff today in Connecticut. They're going to have to finish it this morning at TBC River Highlands between Scotty Scheffler and Victor Hovland. So I have a piece on Hovland, believe it or not. Scheffler had to make a par putt to force the playoff on the last hole or whatever after they had this long rain delay, and Hovland had 3 straight birdies to take the lead, and then Scheffler caught him, and they're going to have a playoff today. I have action on Hovland. I bet on him because of the Norwegian fans that are there cheering him on and the rowdiness of that crowd in Cromwell. So let's see what happens this morning. But back to the Red Sox for a second. Sonny Gray lost that no-hit bid in the 8th inning and with 1 out, right? So it was the longest no-hit bid by a Red Sox pitcher against the Yankees since Bob Ojeda in 1981. In the midst of all that, Gray got his 2,000th career strikeout, becoming the 7th active player to do that. So he's been tough wherever he is. Here's the walk-off hit by Duran.
Nobody home. The Red Sox somehow find a way against the Yankees.
Yeah, they do. They got it done all weekend long. Now here's Brett Boone, or Aaron Boone.
Like you said, a tough weekend like this doesn't snowball into anything.
That's what we do, baby. You gotta love this stuff. You gotta eat this stuff up. It's a sickness, and you gotta just. That's what the grind is. We got a really good freaking team. You know, we played crappy on this trip, kinda. Feels bad. Kind of pissed off, right? But it's what we do. It's what you sign up for. We'll dig ourselves out of it.
Oh, we'll dig ourselves out of it, my ass.
And get it going here in short order. But we just, bottom line is we didn't play well this weekend, and we gotta do better.
Yeah, you gotta do better, all right. All I know is I wish it was Brett Boone. I'm sick of Aaron Boone and all of his PR bullshit. He's been blowing smoke up everyone's ass forever. He can talk his way out of a phone booth. That's all there is to it. So whatever. The Yankees, at the end of the day, just bent over all weekend at Fenway. Let's take a look at everything that went down on Sunday. Of course, Canada in the knockout stage beat South Africa with a late goal, 1-0, so they move into the round of 16. Washington beat Baltimore 6-4 Garcia hit 2 home runs for the Nats. Pirates 9-4 over Cincinnati. O'Hearn homered twice for the Bucks at PNC. Now they're going to start a series with the Phillies at the bank in Philadelphia. Texas 3-2 over Toronto north of the border. The Rangers complete the 4-game sweep of the slumping Jays all of a sudden. Cleveland 6-5 over Seattle at home. A 5-run 8th inning did it for the Guards. We cashed on the Astros 7-5 and the profit with the over as well. We both hit that bet. Those bets, and 7-5 Stros in 10 innings, they got it done. Christian Walker's 3-run homer in the 10th inning. The difference for the Stros, they're in the thick of it for a playoff spot. They're a playoff team. They're dangerous. Philly 5-4 over the Mets at Citi Field. Schwarbaum with number 30. Tampa is on fire. 5-1 they beat Arizona. Caminero homers again for the career best 4th consecutive game. He has 6 home runs during his 4-game homer streak, including 3 against Kansas City on Thursday, 7 in his last 6 games overall, 7 homers in his last 6 games, a 463-foot shot to left center in the 5th inning on Sunday put him up 4-0. This guy is absolutely lighting it up. Kansas City cooled off the White Sox 5-4 in Chicago. Carter Jensen extends his hitting streak. The rookie's got a 19-gamer, and it was a good game 4-all, but the Royals took it. Bobby Witt scored from first on a hit. The guy was flying around the bases on a hit to right. The guy scored. He was just hauling ass. Cubs 4-3-10 over the Brewers. We hit the under 7.5. They had the bases loaded in the 10th, the Brewers at home, and didn't get it done. I think they hit into a double play to Gary Franchise, hit into a double play to end the game, and we hit the bet. That was beautiful. Minnesota 3-2 over Colorado. Prelip strikes out 10 for the Twinkies. Cards over the Marlins 2-1 in St. Louis. Torres hits a 2-run homer to help Frank Leahy get the win. Your boy Frank Leahy, the Notre Dame coach. Legend. Angels 4-1 over the A's. We lost that ticket. Josh Lowe's first career grand slam in the first inning was the difference. Giants 3-2 over the Braves. Robbie Ray outpitched Chris Sale to get the win for the Giants at home. Dodgers doubled up the Friars at Petco in San Diego 4-2. Freeman and Betts. Freeman drew a tie-breaking bases loaded walk off suddenly wild Michael, who would be king in the 5th inning, and Betts followed with a 2-run single. Dodgers take the series, and we know Boston, I told you, 5-4 over the Yankees in 10. Let's take a look at what's happening on a Monday. Huge knockout games in the World Cup all day long. 1 o'clock on Fox, Brazil and Japan. I think that game's going to be awesome. I'm going to go with the upset in Japan, if you want to be honest about it. I'm just going to lay it out there. 4:30 on Fox, Germany and Paraguay. I'm on Germany there. And then 9 o'clock tonight is the game of the night on Fox. Netherlands and Morocco. They're both kick-ass teams. That's going to be a wild game. I think I saw it at 2.5. In fact, I can tell you right now, it's 2.5. I like the over 2.5 at plus 118, plus money. I think that's going to be a wild game. I told you the golf playoff, Scheffler and Hovland, 9 a.m. Eastern on, I think it's going to be on Peacock and the Golf Channel, the playoff. They're going to play the 18th hole over and over until somebody wins it. Everything under the lights in baseball. White Sox and Orioles. Sean Burke, the goalie, against Boz. Pirates and Phillies. Ashcraft against Nola. Ashcraft is tough as shit. I like the Bucks there. Detroit and the Yankees. Larry Mize against Stormy Weathers at the Bronx. They'll get back on the winning horse tonight against Detroit. You can feel it. Mets at Toronto. Minaya and you savage. I actually think the way that Toronto's been playing, the Mets can beat them. Of course, they fired Mendoza. Andy Green's running the team now. They're a mess. They're 14 games under 500. That's what the Red Sox were before they kicked the Yankees' ass all weekend. Texas and Cleveland at 7:10. Alexander the Great and Messick. 7:10. Washington at Boston. Mikolas against Danger Suarez. 7:40. Reds at Brewers. Lodolo against Gasser up. 8:05 San Diego at the Cubs at Wrigley. Canning against Imanaga. 8:10 Minnesota at Houston. Clay Matthews against Jack Lambert. A couple of tough defensive players for the Browns and Steelers. 8:40 Miami and Colorado. Alcantara against Dick Sullivan. 9:40 Dodgers at A's. Brad Lauer against Van Halen Jump. 9:40 Angels at Seattle. Randy Johnson against Kirby's Dreamland. And then 9:40 San Francisco at Arizona. Everyone loves Molly against Rodriguez. They're playing Wimbledon. It's underway finally. I don't know what they were doing the last few days there, like whatever, like qualifying and all this other shit. I kept saying they were doing something at Wimbledon, but they finally are playing, and they're like matches that count, right? Like, so it's official. It's off and running at Wimbledon. The story everybody's talking about is Serena's back. She's playing doubles with her sister Venus, and she's playing singles. She won 23 slams. She's 44 years old. Her sister is 48 years old. That's crazy, right? It's Fast Forward for All in Your Facial, where we do everything that matters and shit that doesn't matter. Chris Sale struck out 10 Giants on Sunday at Oracle for the 93rd 10 strikeout game of his career. He's now tied with Kurt Schilling for 7th most such games among lefties, and he's on the heels of Dodgers legend Sandy Koufax. So Randy Johnson has 212 of them, Koufax 97, and Sale 93. Nobody will ever catch Randy Johnson at 212. It looks like he's safe there. All right, what else? The Warriors, who seldom come out to play, are attempting to trade with the Wizards for Anthony Davis. And they think that if they get AD, that they'll be able to convince LeBron James to play for the Dubs with Steph Curry, Dre Green, etc. And he loves AD, LeBron. And the Dubs are trying to lure them both to the city about it. Here's that Christian Walker 3-run shot in the 10th to win it for the Astros yesterday.
That ball drilled high and deep to left field. Christian Walker with a 3-run home run, and the Astros lead it by 4. Second career home run for Seawalker against Kenley Jansen. 7-3 lead.
Yeah, and they barely held on. They win 7-5, but we cashed that ticket, and so did the Prophet with the over. Jack Drury locked up a 5-year deal at $4.5 million per year with the Predators. He played with the Avs, got dealt to the Preds, and cut himself a fat deal. Dustin Johnson has decided to not try and qualify for a spot in the Open Championship across the pond, which means the 2-time major winner will not play in the season's final major. It's like that dude just doesn't give a fuck about golf. He took all the money with Liv. He's getting all kinds of ass from Paulina Gretzky, his wife. She's smoking hot. She's a load. You know that you got to deal with her. She's more fun to deal with than golf. It looks like this guy just doesn't give a shit about golfing anymore. He plays like he's bored. And he also doesn't do shit anymore when he golfs. He doesn't win. He just makes money. And I think he's sick and tired of it. He looks like he's sick and tired of it anyway. Here's Ryan O'Hearn of the Pirates knocking him out of the park at PNC.
Drive to right field, headed toward the wall, and clear the deck. Cannonball coming, 2-homer game. Oh, Hearn, old baby.
Yeah, I love that guy, Greg Brown, that calls those home runs for the Pirates. The Flyers have agreed to a 5-year deal with their goalie, Dan Vladar, at $5.5 million per year. Here's the Canadian goal to eliminate, in the 91st minute, South Africa yesterday. That was at SoFi in Lipstick City. Here's Schwarbaum's 30th.
Fly ball, right center field. Going back on it is Ewing. Back toward the track, to the wall. It is gone! 2-run home run, Schwarber. He's given the Phillies the lead. He's the first to 30 home runs this year, and he's the fastest Philly to 30 home runs in this season.
There you go, Schwarbaum getting involved. How about Lewandowski, the legendary striker, soccer player, badass. Robert Lewandowski going to the Chicago Fire in the MLS. A 2-year deal. They're paying him fat money. Here's that Caminero bomb, 463-foot bomb that he hit yesterday.
Right? With harder. Yeah. High shot deep into left center. Way back it goes, and that baby is gone.
Guys just jacking home runs like crazy for the Rays. Here's the deal. The Suns traded for Miles Bridges. They're sending the Hornets forward to the Suns for Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, and picks. So he's going out to the desert. Word has it, Eddie Hearn's talking about Alexander Usyk fighting the Bronze Bomber Deontay Wilder next. Wilder drops when he gets punched in the head, and Usyk's probably going to knock him the fuck out. But they're going to fight, it looks like in New York. It's going to be on DAZN. That's what I'm seeing. The poster has New York in the backdrop. No word on when that fight's gonna be, but that's Usyk Wilder. That's their next fight. And how about this? The Cape Verde's captain on their team that's in the knockout stage, accused of raping a translator before the start of their World Cup run. So this guy's playing and he got accused of rape before it all started. That's crazy. Another fight story. Raleigh Romero's going to fight Teofimo Lopez. They've agreed to a deal for Romero's WBA welterweight title. They're going to fight. And it's going to be August 22nd in Las Vegas. Keep an eye out for the Profits match plays. I think he's got 4 of them today on a juicy Monday. And then, of course, watch for my elite and profit play videos in the community. Let's start the week off with a bang. 3 knockout games today in the World Cup should be kick-ass. That nighttime game is going to be the best game. Morocco and the Netherlands. Believe me, that's going to be kick-ass. All right, check out. Ooh.